Well, all right. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, my brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen, citizens of YouTube. Pastor Dowell here. Well, coming with you today with another very informative video concerning life, relationships, and the way that things should be. Western monogamy is definitely not the answer. We can already see it's a failure on a grand scale. If you get married the American Western monogamous way, you stand a 70% chance of getting divorced in that marriage. And if the woman is educated, you stand a 90% chance of getting divorced. So with those kind of odds, let me ask you a question. If I was to say that you and I are getting ready to go skydiving, and there's a 70% chance that this chute may not open, would you jump? If you and I were going to go skydiving, and I said, you know what, there's a 90% chance that this chute may not open, would you jump? So if you would not take those type of odds in jumping out of a perfectly good airplane, then why would you take those type of odds in getting married to an American woman that has been tainted by the system and the courts in America? It's just a nonsensical perspective and point of view, and I would never advise it. Now, you can get married without the United States of America state marriage license and government contracts and all of its benefits and perks and all of those. All you have to do is just make your own private contract and you'll just marry. It's just that don't expect for anybody out there in the Roman Western United States of America world to recognize you in their system. I mean, after all, why would you want to be recognized in their system in the first place? You don't want to be recognized in their system. Not there in the first place. You fine. You're fine. You're fine. All right. So anyway, you don't want to be recognized in their system in the first place because it's obvious that Western American European monogamy is diametrically opposed to the Bible. As a matter of fact, America is opposed to Scripture. Religions are opposed to Scripture. And my suggestion is all of us need to get back to doing it the Bible, the Scripture way. Now, our precious brother Pete Rambo made an excellent video. Matter of fact, it's a video right behind this one. If I was you, I would actually go listen to it. Because I'm telling you right now, listen, if a woman is a used up whore, or a thought, or a 304, or one of these women that's got an extraordinary high body count, she would never, ever, ever be wife material. The only way that someone like that can be wife material is that, first of all, number one, they have to repent of their previous life. And then number two, they must be born again of the water and of the Spirit. Number three, they need to be baptized. And then there has to be a lifestyle of fruits that show that she is really, truly have changed from the whore that she used to be to a righteous woman that she is now. And there's very, very few women in America can make that change. So, if you think that you're going to turn around and make an American woman a housewife or a mother, if you're a righteous man, of a righteous man, you're out of your mind. Women today in America, 90% of them don't even deserve marriage at all. They're too manipulative, too rebellious, too masculine, too bossy. They indoctrinate and they have adopted the doctrine of feminism. And you have to understand, a woman is designed to submit to the man. And mind you, I'm coming from a biblical perspective, and that's all you're going to get over here. When the Most High brought Eve to Adam, he says, this is the woman that Adam named, and I brought her to you, and the instruction is, and you shall rule over her. It's not a partnership. It's not a companionship. Marriage is a one-party dictatorship ruled over by one head, the man. And the woman is designed to make sure that the man's desire is accomplished. She is designed to submit to his will. Unlike America, the American women, they think it's a partnership, and so everything is up for debate and everything is up for discussion. Let me give you an example about some of the witchcraft, control, and manipulation that women use here in American society, and that's the reason why they have a 70% divorce rate in monogamy and 90% divorce rate if they're educated and they're remarried. So watch this. So a man, hey, if he has a wife that he loves, Issues that he loves, and his heart can safely trust in her, like it says in Proverbs 31. And I know a lot of women in America believe that they're Proverbs 31 women, but they're a long way from it. They're not no Proverbs 31 women. But if a man can find a wife like that, and he decides to bring her into his house, it's not your house, it's his house, and you're a part of his house. And a woman is designed to help build the man's home. The woman is not building nothing. She is there to make sure that she nurtures and help raise his seed. The children belong to the man. Now, we get that out of the way, right? So the man goes to the wife or wives of his home, and he says, I got something on mine I think I'm going to do. I'm going to make this choice and decision to go this way. So I would like your input. And the woman gives her input. Okay, the man receives the information. All right. He says back, he thinks for a minute, thinks for a while about the input he just received, not only from himself, but from the family unit as a whole. Well, then he ends up making a final choice and decision. And he says, this is what we're going to do. A righteous, holy, submissive woman that is not full of witchcraft and manipulation would say this. Yes, husband. Yes, master. That is what we're going to do. And I'm behind your choice and decision 100%. What does the rebellious, manipulative American woman does? Well, she'll keep on arguing. She'll keep on trying to do everything she can to manipulate his mind by continually keep throwing thoughts that go contrary to the opinion or let's say the rule that he has already established. And she'll keep on and on and on and on, eventually until the man capitulates or either acquiesces to her demands. See, he had one time brought her in and he made the final choice and decision, but because she does not like the final choice and decision, she'll continue to keep on submitting thoughts and suggestions contrary to the choice and decision he's already made, thereby proving she's a Jezebel, manipulative, cunning, deceitful, snake in the grass, and a wicked-ass woman. That's what she is. A submissive wife, a loving wife, a wife that is there to help build her husband's household. As soon as he made that final choice and decision, she says, that is what we're going to do. And we will be obedient to the accomplishment of your task and your mission at hand. That's not what American women are exposed to. You see, that's why you have to get around a biblical environment and you have to come out of her. Because if you watch these women today, that are nothing, the majority of them are mistress mouth monsters. And a lot of them are sitting up in churches. Now, they are. You have got to get away from these toxic environments if you're expecting a submissive, holy woman. I'm telling you that will meet the standards and the conditions of the Bible. Because you have to understand, when we're dealing with women today, most of them have been nothing but a mutual deposit box for other men's DNAs. And, also check on Brother Pete's Rambo channel because himself and a pathologist, I believe that's what he was, they did an extraordinary interview for about 2 hours. And if you're in the ministries of Straitway, it is a command that everybody listen to that particular video at least 2 to 3 times, if not more, so that we can all get educated on what's really going on. And a lot of it is what myself and Elder Rufus have already discussed years in advance. Well, we gave you the spiritual side that made perfect sense. Now comes science giving you the natural side. And I keep telling you, listen, there's just a flat out, listen, there is no comparison to a woman who is a virgin as opposed to a woman who has had much DNA deposited in her 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, upwards of 100 times. That woman is devalued. I mean, I'll give you an example. All right. Let's just say, all right, I wanted to go buy a car. I'm not going to specify if it's old or new. I just want to go buy a car. I have something somewhat in my mind what I'm looking for. Now, there's a car over here. It has high miles on it, like 150,000 miles. And in the day, it was a very nice car when it was new. And if it's 150,000 miles and we're in 2023, and the cars are 2015, should I pay full price for that car, even though it looks really good? It's nice and polished. It's clean on the outside, but it has high miles. Should I go pay a brand new car price for that used car? I'll let you be the judge. You answer that. And I realize that a lot of women get upset when they hear videos like this. But I realize also the only women get upset when I make videos like this are the rebellious, the stubborn, the masculine, the dominating type of a woman who's full of Jezebel that loves ruling over Ahab men. That's the type of women that get upset. Righteous, holy women, man, they be clapping their hands. They raise it and shout and say, glory to the King. See, over here in the biblical side of things, a woman is designed to be taken care of from cradle to grave. They don't have that out there in the world. But the man also has to be a man of integrity and a man of honor. You see, in this world, the American, westernized, monogamous world, they equate a woman's value based on how she looks. Man, if you ever equate a woman's value based on how she looks, you are a fool. And it's obvious that your daddy is a fool and your mama's a fool because ain't nobody taught you nothing. You are a literal fool. Because a woman somewhere between the ages of 17 and 30 years old, and I'm being very liberal. I'm being very broad in my judgment. That look, that beauty is going to fade. And then what are you going to do? What are you going to do when the looks fade and then all you have left over is just the woman? I mean, because she's not going to be appealing. A woman's value plummets really heavy the older she gets because she's on a time clock. Her main value in a relationship is the children that she can actually incubate right here because her husband puts his seed into her and she bears his children. And when she bears his children, that is the ultimate removal of a reproach on a woman today. It really is. It's being able to bear a good, righteous man's seed. If you can't do that, you don't have too much value. So if you're going to have any value as a woman, listen to me. I'm going to give you a caveat. Your value as you get older, because your beauty ain't there no more. The lines and the figures and the shape ain't there no more. I mean, stuff is going south. From the breast to the bottom, it's going south, including the face is sagging and wrinkles are coming in. You see, it's a fact that as women get older, their value declines exponentially. It does. But as a man get older, let me use me for a second here. Look at Pastor Dowell. Look, I am 56 years old. All right. If I didn't have injuries from jumping out of airplanes for the United States Army, I would be close to 6 feet. Now, if I would be 6 feet tall, I'm a little bit under that right now, right? And I weigh about 228 pounds. And as a man at 228 pounds, I actually can still bench press over 350 pounds. I can still run 2 miles on a drop of a hat just like that. And at any given time, I can drop and easily give you 50 push-ups and 50 set-ups like they did in the military. And I can do 10 pull-ups just like that. Now, I'm just giving you just simple numbers. because I can do well past all of that. The other day, I went and had my blood work checked for the first time in my life. And then I had a sister who's in the medical field to read it. And she looked at me and said, Pastor Dowell, your blood work is showing that you have the type of body of a 20-year-old. And not only that, your testosterone levels is that of a 20-something-year-old, a healthy 20-year-old, And because my T levels was 891, and I'm not on testosterone replacement therapy. I'm not on TRT. I'm not on HDH. I am on no synthetic drugs whatsoever at all. Now, and plus, as I've gotten older in life, my value as far as income has increased a lot because I threw multiple streams of income. All right. But I don't use the money that the Most High blesses me with, whether it be through the labor of my own hands, whether it be here on YouTube or social media or in any other things that I do. I don't use the money just only for me, myself, and my home. But what I'm getting to is that my value has increased as I've gotten older. And like a lot of other men in life, I'm going to say a few other men in life, they've invested in themselves, and this investment has yielded great returns. And as you look at me, yeah, I'm old. Look, I'm old. I still got a little hair on top of my head. I got more salt than I do pepper right here. I'm told all the time I don't look too bad as a man. You know, I'm just using that as an example. I work out, I stay in shape, and watch this. The majority of women in this world today would say that I am a sought after and high value man. Now, mind you, watch this. When I was young, I had youth. Man, I could dunk a basketball. I could run fast. I could run far. Man, I used to do all this stuff, jump out of airplanes, rappel out of helicopters. I mean, ruck march 12 miles. I used to be able to ruck 12 miles in 2 hours and 32 minutes with a 70-pound rucksack. Man, think about that. That's a house, wasn't it? So anyway, let me get off me. I just wanted to give you some parameters there. So, I'm definitely older, but according to what they tell me, what my Ishas tell me, what men and women both tell me, I have not gotten worse. I have actually gotten better. I'm aging like fine wine. How many men you know out there that are doing that? So let me ask you a question. How many women you know today that are aging like fine wine? You know, as the head of my house, I set perimeters because if my wives are going to be a biblical wife, then they are designed to please me. They are designed to submit. They are designed to obey. They are not designed to coerce, manipulate, throw a fit, try to do everything she can secretly or nefariously trying to dominate the relationship or manipulate things and move things around in order to get her way. That's called witchcraft. They're not there to do that. All right. So her value is based upon me. Their lifestyle is based upon me. And I set parameters for them as the head. And I say, listen, I want you to look like this. Why? Because I'm the head. It's my house. And that's the way I rule. And I want you to look like this. I want you to listen. I don't want you to be overweight. I don't want you to be obese and disfigured because when I met you, you wasn't that way. When you met me, I wasn't that way. And if I'm going to put these same demands up on you, then guess what? I'm going to make sure that I fit the bill and I meet the bill myself. And I think it's fair, even though I don't have to do that. I'm the head. She is there to submit, and she is there to actually add value to me. She is there to make sure that she's there to fulfill my desires as a man. She is there to help build my house. And a good woman, like a Proverbs 31 woman, she considers a field and buy that she knows that her husband would love and like. and she is there to help expand his seed and his family line. Now, what did I say wrong? What did I say wrong? So don't get mad at me because I'm giving you facts, just straight up facts. So in my house, to make sure that I'm not a castaway or a stage playing hypocrite, whatever I demand of you, I usually have that type of standard and demands of myself. But when it comes to us doing our role, myself as the husband and the head, I do not let any of them cross-pollinate or at any time think that you have a say-so in my house. You don't. I have the say-so. I have the first, the middle, and the last word because they're there in my house. And if we had more houses ran like this, like our grandparents did, because you remember our grandparents, our grandfather and grandmother, they knew how to stay married 40, 50, 60 years. Before my dad passed away, my father passed away, him and my mom was married over 62 years. They were married. Well over 62 years they were married. Isn't that amazing? Think about that. And of course, I just give you myself and Mother Carol. I guess by the state, we've been married 37, 38 years. But we've been together and married over 40 years. If we don't go by what you call by the state, because we don't give a damn about the state. I said, I'm going to marry you. You can pick to choose, say yes or not. She said yes. From that point on, you're mine, and I'm the head of you, and I'm going to rule, and I'm going to dominate, and I am going to lead and guide. I'm going to provide. I'm going to make sure that you don't ever have anything to worry about for the rest of your life because I am a man of my word. I did say something there. I'm a man of my word. And you don't have to worry about me sitting over there shirking my duties and obligations and responsibility. A woman, if she cannot respect men in general, then you don't need her for a wife. Don't you ever, for 1 minute, man, ever considered thinking about marrying a woman or bringing a woman into your house that is disrespectful, dishonorable, lewd, obnoxious, loudmouth, overbearing, make arrogant words at, make mouths at, back talk you, do body gestures, get sassy. That woman's for the streets. We're trying to build Israel. We're trying to build households that children could be able to see when they come up and say, you know what? That's how my household needs to be. That's how it needs to be. So if a woman cannot respect you and your position and authority as a man, then you put her away from you and get somebody that can. As a matter of fact, you shouldn't even ever consider. You should do careful evaluation, not only on the woman before you consider her, but you should do careful evaluation upon the family in which she comes from. Hallelujah. And I think that I just got finished stating something that is extremely valuable concerning wisdom and knowledge. So remember this, beauty fades. So don't put too much credence, don't put too much money on the way that a woman looks. Because see, over here we don't wear makeup. Our women don't wear makeup, so we see them for who they are. And I told y'all, it's not makeup witchcraft today. Is it not witchcraft? You don't believe me? Would it not be easy for you to identify a transgender man or woman if they didn't have any makeup on? It's witchcraft. She go read Jeremiah 4:30. She go over and read Ezekiel 23 verse 40. Just give y'all a few things to go on there for a second. You know what I mean? Just so you can get you a little bit of knowledge and understanding. So the value of a woman is a woman that can help a man build his house. This is how valuable she is. If she can help do that without any fuss, and if she can help invest into your vision by giving you a righteous seed and being the best mother this planet has ever seen and the best wife that the children can see and has ever seen, then man, you have found a woman that is after your own heart that will bring rest and peace to your soul. Now, mind you, I full well understand that me speaking the way I'm speaking right now, this is 100% totally rejected in this world, in this society. But who cares? Remember, I start off this video by saying America don't care about the Bible. Religious people don't care about what the scriptures have to say. They simply just don't care. So, man, realize this, that when you take on a woman, you are investing in her. You're going to know if you're the head of your own house, that whether you have 1 each or 2 each or 3 each or 4 each or whatever, you're going to know if you're the head of your house, if these women have the arrogancy and the audacity and unmitigated gall to show and display displeasure at your choices and decisions. When you all have your own independent agreement and contract, it is your house. She is never, ever there to ever for once think that she can cross the line and tell you what to do. If you allow a woman to do that, then your house is already gone. You're gone as a man. And you're not a man that can even rule in the house of Yah, because you can't even rule your own house. So you're in no position at all to rule Yah's house if you cannot rule in your own. So you might as well just wipe that mess right out of your mind. Forget it. So they should be doing everything they can to better you. And like, for instance, like my house, the house of Dowell, they should be making sure I have the best house that has ever been on the face of this planet Earth. That's what they should be doing. When a woman gets old, and after she has showed you that she loves you, she still desires you, and she loves you as a husband. As a matter of fact, she wakes up in the morning looking forward to greeting you because she knows that she is married to a good man. When a woman is able to do that, and when a woman gets up out of the bed before you do, and make sure that you have everything that you need to prepare for the day, and make sure that your day is going to go well, you know you've got a godly woman. You got a Proverbs 31 woman. Because this woman rises up at night while everybody else is asleep, and she's taking care of her house. Her children even know that she's blessed. If you got a woman that her whole desire is nothing but to have nothing but eyes for you, and nothing but to submit for you, and she has a longing for you, she has a desire for you that can only be fulfilled by you, then you know you've got a good, godly woman. You're not going to find too many of that in the world, because everything that I just got finished talking about, the whorish, the 304, the fots, the women that have mistress mouths, you wait to see these Jezebels on this one. See, when I tell my Easters to go, they go. When I tell them to come, they come. When I tell them stop, they mean stop. When I say yes, yes, and I say no, no, and I don't have to repeat myself. You understand what I mean? I don't have to repeat myself at all. At the flip side, I'm the best man they have ever met and had in their life, because I love them like the Messiah loves the assembly, and they know it. They know it. Not only do I provide food, clothing, conjugal rights, but I provide security. I provide the love that is necessary and that they need. I provide the soundness of a family, a strong family. I provide everything that they need, because all of their provisions and everything that they have ever needed in this world always is locked up in me and the provisions I provide for her. And I know what she has need of before they even ask. You hear what I said? Because you know why? I'm following my head. My head. Now, holy women in holiness, man, they're like, yes, this is beautiful. I love this. Ooh, I love this. But you Western-minded, religious, satanic women, ooh, you spawning just like the worldly women are. You American women that don't give a damn about the scriptures, you spawning just like the worldly women are. He's spawning just like Jezebels. You're spawning just like Eve would, always trying to be the one, always trying to mislead the man into destruction. But a righteous, submissive, a woman of a meek and quiet spirit, which in the sight of the creator of the universe is of great price. She is worthy to be praised. Is that you? Do the heart of your husband do a safely trust in you? And when you see your husband, woman, your head, When you look at him, is there a tenderness in your heart? Is there a longing and a desire in your heart to fulfill his desires and needs? Is it? If it ain't there, I suggest that you get it. And if you don't get it, man, you the prize. I think you need to cut your losses and move on and get a hold of that one that is. You have a wonderful day. Check out Pete Rambo's videos. King coming.